Hi guys! I'm really tempted to say good morning, but it's not the morning at all over here. It is 2:30 in the afternoon, and it does feel a bit strange to be filming this on a Thursday. I feel like I'm just so used to my Monday morning routine, sitting here and filming with you guys. And to be honest, I've kind of put it off this morning because today's a big deal. At least it has been for me, because I think I've built it up in my head that this morning chat has to be really special, because today, December 8th, 2016, marks one full year of me doing morning chats. And it is a big deal. And I know that there's no pressure for me to talk about anything today. The reason I really wanted to film this today, obviously because it is a special day, but also this is going to be the only morning chat this month where it'll be just me, because the next 3 Mondays I'm going to have a guest in each episode. I don't know why. I feel like I have to share something really insightful or meaningful today to commemorate 1 year of morning chats. And honestly, I don't even know how long this video is gonna be, because I feel like I just have so many thoughts that are so scattered in my brain. So we'll see how things come out. I've actually showered and moisturized about an hour ago, and so my face is feeling kind of tight. I usually pump a little bit of rosehip seed oil into my moisturizer, but I forgot to do that today. So I am just gonna freshen up with some Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. I did not expect to love this product as much as I do. My first impressions were that I really liked how it smelled and it didn't irritate my skin. I'm just not one to regularly use mists, but I think out of all the Beauty Heroes products that I've gotten every month, this is the one I feel like I've used up the quickest, and there's so little left in here. I've already placed an order for the full size, so that just kind of goes to show how much this product has grown on me. Where to begin? Well, let me just put on my face first. It's been a while since I've used my Beauty Counter Tint Skin, and the reason for that is because I feel like I say this every time I pull this out. I only have such a little bit left, but I placed an order for a new tube and my mom sent it to me at the end of November. So now I can just use this guilt-free, and it's okay if I run out because I have a backup. Guys, I can't believe I've been doing this for a full year now. That is insane to me, and I say that because this is the first series that I created on my channel, and I totally did it as a challenge, an experiment for myself to show up and practice what Brandon always says, shipping out into the world. I credit so much of my growth to this series and the connections and relationships I've built with you guys through morning chats. And a year ago, when I first sat down to film my first morning chat, I think I had less than 3,000 subscribers, and now my audience is 5 times that size. We're at 16,000 now, and I know not every single person subscribed to me watches these videos at all, but it's still so crazy for me to wrap my brain around. And guys, to be completely honest with you, I still have moments where I'm like, how long am I going to do this? For how much longer? Is morning chat something I'm going to do for the next 5 years? I have no idea. Because I'm such a planner, sometimes when I think about it, it does kind of give me a little bit of anxiety. Not okay, maybe anxiety is a strong word, but yeah, just that uncertainty, I guess. It piques my curiosity. I've been thinking about it a lot, and for as long as I'm growing and for as long as I have meaningful things to share with you guys, and if that in some tiny way will inspire you guys, I have to keep showing up. So that's my mentality right now. Okay, I'm totally going off tangent for just a second, but I have a new beauty blender, because the last one I had the nude version, and I bought that when I was in Hawaii in September, and I've never had a beauty blender hair on me. But what I think it was is I also haven't had my nails long in a long time. But for the past like a little over a month or so, I've been getting gel nails, and I get them done maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. And so between a fresh set, they do tend to get really long. So I'm wondering if my nails kind of cut into them. That's the only thing that I can chalk it up to. So I ended up throwing away my previous beauty blender, the nude one, and it makes me sad because I usually use my beauty blenders for anywhere between 4 to 6 months. As the shape of that was just getting really, really crappy. I placed an order on Sephora. Oh my gosh! Where did my nail go? How did it come off so cleanly? I feel like it's stuck somewhere in my hair or something. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, yeah, I use my beauty blenders for roughly 4 to 6 months for each one that I own, but I had to throw that one out, and I got this in the Sephora VIB Rouge sale. I got 2 of these, and this is the Beauty Blender Pure. I didn't even know these things existed. They are dye-free, which I'm so happy about because, you know, once I started becoming more conscious of using cleanly formulated products, I did kind of think like, oh, I don't like whatever pink dye is in the beauty blender. And so when this popped up on my radar as I was perusing Sephora.com, I jumped on it and I ordered 2 of these. So I broke into my first one and I have a backup. But there's something about a fresh new beauty blender. I don't know if that's what it is or if it's because my skin's cleared up so much within the last week that my makeup seems like it's going on so smoothly. So I had to mention that. I'm really bummed about my nail. I got this done like a week ago. Okay, I'm not gonna let that bother me though. We're gonna try to forget about that. So the first random thought that I had that I wanted to share with you, it's so random. I don't even know what spurred this thought yesterday, but I was driving home from work and just out of nowhere I thought, if or when I reach even like 500,000 subscribers, which sounds like light years away, even if or when I get to that point, I still want to film, you know, with my point and shoot. And my tripod right now, guys, it's 3 boxes stacked on top. And I know that could sound weird or not make any sense, but I guess I just had this thought because, you know, I've been watching YouTube for so many years. Sometimes I have these moments where I watch certain YouTubers that I've watched for a long time, and it like kind of makes me sad because I feel like this connection that I used to feel with them is no longer there. Okay, how do I explain this? It's like I'm proud of their success because a lot of them I feel like I've grown and been with them for such a long time. So of course it's like, wow, that's really cool. And like the first few sponsorships that they've done or like really cool collaborations, it's like, wow, you know? And back then when I was exposed to that, for me, as someone who wasn't a content creator on YouTube, like I felt so proud in like either a big sister or like a mom like way. I don't know. It was really cool to see those opportunities happen. But then I feel like now, and I want to be careful about the way that I say this because I'm not knocking sponsored content. I feel like if it is a brand and the creator and the creator, they align on their values and they like come together and like make magic happen, that's so amazing to me. And I support that. I'm a fan of that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, the people that I've loved over the years, I'm feeling that loss of connection because it seems like they are losing a sense of their why, in a sense. So I guess what I mean by that is a lot of the YouTubers that I've been with over the years, I found that they had this really relatable, you know, like a friend kind of relationship, right? Even though it was like totally one-sided, because before I started YouTube, I would never leave comments on anyone else's videos. I just felt like, yeah, they're not gonna have time to respond. There's just so many people leaving comments. So I was always a ghost subscriber to even, yeah, my favorite YouTubers. So anyway, I don't think that it's the number of subscribers that's causing the disconnect. Like, I don't think that just because someone now has 1 million subscribers, they are disconnected from their audience. That's not what I'm saying. When I had that random thought yesterday on my way home from work, I got in, Brandon wasn't home yet, so I was just tidying up and preparing dinner. And when he came home, I shared that. And what I said was, I don't know why I feel this way, but you know, even if this channel gets really, really, really big, I don't want to lose that relatability. And like, I still want to sit here with like a background that's not fancy, and sometimes, you know, back here it's just so dark that it looks kind of depressing. I feel that way when I watch my videos. So I'm just kind of sharing these thoughts to Brandon yesterday, and he asked me, he was like, well, you still really love and respect Casey Neistat, but now he's at like 5 million subscribers, and he's grown so immensely since I first started watching him. And I think when I started watching him, he had less than 100,000 subscribers. So I feel like I've been with him for a while. And when he asked me that, I didn't have a fully formed thought. I just kept saying like, well, Casey's different. Casey's different. And he was like, no, like, I want you to think about that. Like, why is it that you feel so disconnected from some of these girls that you've loved for so many years, but then your respect and love for Casey just keeps growing? When I couldn't put words to these thoughts, what Brandon said was, it's because Casey has such a strong why. Like, he has such huge passion and like purpose behind everything he does and everything that he creates. And another thing that I just adore and love about Casey is, you know, his skill or his talent and joy for storytelling. And for him, like, whenever, you know, I've heard so many of his stories, like about his son and how he used to wash dishes when he got his girlfriend pregnant at 17. And I feel like I know so many of Casey's stories. And that's because with everything that he shares now, he always ties it back, and he always looks back and reflects at where he's been, to really be present in where he is now. And I think that's something that I always strive for. I was reminded of this because Brandon brought up my Beauty Heroes bio, and he was like, you know, you have to look back at where you were. You have to look at your past to see where you are now and where you're going. And in my bio, it's, you know, I want to create a safe and warm environment where we can all come together and just learn from each other. And it's going to be an environment where people feel safe, and we're going to make mistakes. Like, that's bound to happen. And we're going to be there to share openly and vulnerably, and then say, it's okay, me too, I've made mistakes too, how can we grow from that? And so that kind of mindset does not have to happen in a classroom setting, which is what I thought for the longest time. Like, my longest dream had always been like, I want to be the kind of teacher that, you know, if I was teaching in New York and I had a bunch of ESL students, because I was an ESL student, like English was my second language, and I had a rough couple of years in elementary school, and I've had some really mean teachers that made me feel really, really dumb. And so my dream for the longest time was, I want to be that teacher where no one will feel like that. Like, if you come into my classroom, like, no one's going to make you feel dumb. And although I don't have the classroom setting right now, I don't think that that's far out of reach for me to do that here on my channel, you know? Like, regardless of what life stage we're all in, right? At the core, we all have the same kind of, you know, self-doubt, like the same nasty voice in our head that beats us up sometimes. We all have people that we love in our lives that we want to be better for. You know, there's so many areas in our life that we want to grow personally, develop professionally. Regardless if you're a student or a mom or whatever, you know, regardless if you're single, divorced, never want to get married, just got married, we really need to be on the same team for each other. Like, we don't have to step on one another to get on top, you know? And during my conversation with Brandon, when he was trying to help me understand why it is that I love Casey so much, even though he's like such a star now, you know, he's not like a common person. Well, at least to me, he's just so up there. And what he said was, Casey has such a strong why, such a strong purpose, and I need to develop more strongly what that purpose is for me. Like, I know very loosely it's, yeah, I want to help and I want to inspire and I want us to come together and just do life together. And it's very general, but I think I need to have like a very strong question or filter that all of my ideas and content needs to go through before I ship it out into the world to you guys. Right now, what that question looks like for me is, how is this going to help my viewers? How is this going to add value to your lives? How is what I'm going to share today going to make an impact? And in our conversation, Brandon also mentioned, like, this is so good that this is what you're thinking about now. Because, you know, I've met and interacted with a lot of people, and a question that I get sometimes is, how did you grow your channel? Like, I want to grow my channel, I want more subscribers. And I think the cool thing for me is that that was never like a goal for me. Like, that wasn't what I was chasing after. I think I just kept wanting to share what I want to share, and also feel like it needs to be put out so that we don't feel so alone sometimes. And I think because I just kept focusing more on that, like the growth and like the lovely comments and the encouragement and the emails, they all just came as a result, right? It's like working out. If all you're focused on is like trying to look a certain way and not to eat this and to, you know, ban this and that from your life, like that's all you think about. Like, you tell yourself like, don't eat chocolate, and now all you're thinking about is wanting to eat chocolate. But if your why for working out is, I want to be a better wife, I want to have more energy to spend time with my kids, I want to have more energy to be a better teacher for my students, and if that's what fuels you and you just keep going for what you want, the result of, you know, your body looking amazing, like that just comes as a really nice consequence, right? I think when I think about growing my channel, it's not so much like that I'm sitting here like fixated on my numbers. And that's why I shared with you guys before that when Brandon told me to set a goal for how many subscribers I want to aim for this year, I kind of fought against that. And you know, he had his good reasons for suggesting that to me. So while my channel, relatively speaking, is on the smaller scale, Brandon was saying it's really awesome that that's what I'm thinking about right now. Like, what is it that makes me feel kind of irky inside when I think about the YouTubers that I've lost that connection with, and how can I keep myself in check so that I'm not just showing up in front of the camera for really selfish reasons. And like I mentioned earlier about, you know, the question that I asked myself, like, how is my content going to make an impact or help you guys that are watching? And one of the comments that I made to Brandon was, the reason I keep talking about wanting to just film with the point and shoot or like not get all fancy and stuff is I think it's easy to get lost in that glamour, right? I feel like once you reach a certain status in making videos, like, you and this is just me speaking as an outsider because I don't personally know, but it almost feels like the natural evolution is once you get bigger and bigger, like you need to have all the fancy lights and like the really pretty background. And you know, Brandon even said, he was like, if we ever get to a place where you know, we can have a bigger home or our setup is different from what we have now, he was like, I would love to have a nice fancy backdrop for you. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I want to have my messy dining room, my coffee table, and like I want all of this. But Brandon, what he was trying to warn me against was, don't box yourself in, you know? Like, if later on you need to hire like a production team to edit your videos and like set up everything so that I can kind of pass off some of my responsibilities so that it would free me up for more time and room to make more content, he's like, then that's something that we'll consider then. Or, you know, I know he knows that I want full control over my videos, but he was like, yeah, like what if you could have more time to come up with ideas and all you have to do is hire someone to edit your videos? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to do that? And already thinking of that, I'm like, no, like this is mine. This is my baby. I want to put 150% of myself into it. Like, I don't want anyone else's involvement in it. And I get his point though, right? And what he's filtering it from is through the lens of, basically Brandon just wants to provide me all the resources to keep creating and keep doing what you guys enjoy, right? And what you guys find value in. And so I don't want to say anything that I'm going to, you know, kick myself for later. Like, I think like a long time ago, maybe one of my first videos, I said something about how I'm never going to use artificial lighting, because I feel like I used to get so annoyed when some people on YouTube would talk about like how bad their skin is, but they're like in front of so many lights, and I'm watching them and I'm like, your skin is flawless, like what are you talking about? And I remember I said that, but now it's like, if my schedule doesn't allow me to film in the daytime, like I would love to have the option of filming, you know, at night, and that would require lights, right? So I'm kind of already like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But that's what I mean about the disconnect and the relatability. Like, if I'm telling you guys that my diet has been crap, or I've been trying too many products and my skin is going crazy, like I want to show you that this is real. I don't know, it just really annoys me when people talk about having, you know, bad skin, but like as a viewer it's like, what are you talking about? Anyway, that's very it's a very superficial example of what I'm trying to get at. So I'm already like, should I not publish this video today? I'm just so 정신없어. I mean, like, just all over the place. So let's reel it back a little bit. As I'm reflecting on the 1 year of morning chats, there are 3 things that came to mind that I'm really grateful for. And one thing that I've learned and still appreciate so much is that I feel like the more real and the more vulnerable I am with you guys, even though it makes me cringe while I'm sharing, and then it makes me cringe even more while I sit through and edit my videos, and then I cringe before I hit publish, those moments just gets wiped away once I put it out there, and you guys just share so deeply the things that you're going through, and you guys help me not to feel crazy. You help me not to feel alone. And then it's like, why did I get so worked up about this? Like, of course I had to share this. How could I not share it? You know, whether it's me telling you about my struggles, our struggles to get pregnant, or again, very superficially, like when I feel insecure about my skin, things like that. I feel like whenever I open myself up in that way to you guys, it creates space for such meaningful conversations. One of my favorite things that I did this year was that Beauty Heroes giveaway, and I asked you guys, what is one attribute of yours, physical or otherwise, that you find really unique and beautiful that maybe you haven't? And some of the things that you guys have shared have really just broken my heart, because it just makes me sad to think that some of our most unique qualities are the ones that people have tried to put down and take away from us, right? So it's really important to redeem that, and it's hard to do that by yourself, and especially if you're surrounded by negativity. This space here, this space on my YouTube channel, is a place where you can come to feel loved and accepted and empowered about who you are, what your gifts are, and if you don't know what those gifts are, let's figure it out. Like, I'm still figuring it out, and I will forever be figuring it out. I will never know. I will never know everything, and that's okay. That's another huge lesson. I feel like that can be its own bullet point on what I'm grateful for morning chats. The second one I've kind of shared at the beginning of this video, and that's, you know, life. We're all in this together, regardless of our life stages. And that is something that I am reminded every single week that I upload a morning chat and I connect with you guys. And the last thing that I am thankful for this morning chat series is growth, and my desire and excitement to just continue growing with you. On the topic of connections, man, I've developed some really awesome friendships through morning chats with people that I wouldn't have met in person otherwise. And I'm so, so grateful for that. So yes, people who could have been strangers have become my friends. And on the flip side, a small handful of like friends in real life. Fun fact, a lot of my real friends, like people that I know in real life, I don't think they watch my videos. And I don't take that personally in any way. I just think they're not like YouTube people. Because when I would ask them who they watch on YouTube, or if I like brought up someone who has a big name in YouTube, they just like have no idea. I thought that was really fascinating. But then my friends that do watch YouTube, it's so nice because they've always told me that they feel so like I never left New York, because they can just, you know, log into their account and go into their feed and see me and know what I'm up to. And even my parents, God, like one of the nicest things I've heard from them when I talked to them recently was they're so thankful for YouTube, because they also feel like they know what's going on with me, and they feel connected with what's going on with me. And I'm so grateful for that, because if my parents made me feel bad in any way about not calling more or not checking in and having to explain everything twice, that would really put a lot of strain on me. But they've always, once I became an adult, I feel like they just really let me fly. And I'm so grateful for that. Why did I bring this up? Okay. Brandon has been meeting his friend Brandon. And he just talked about him in yesterday's morning chat. Well, they read a lot of books together, and they talk about a lot of like leadership related things. And one thing that our friend Brandon encouraged my Brandon to do is to, he was like, yeah, Jen should start a database of some kind. Based on the feedback of some of our friends in real life, a lot of them said, yeah, I mean, if like I were to send an email and say, hey guys, like these are the 3 videos that I published this week, and if that information landed in their email, then they would be more prompted to go into YouTube and actually watch my videos. So Brandon was saying, he was like, how can we make your content accessible, even more accessible to the people that would watch you if they were more engaged in YouTube? And we've been talking about this for months, and Brandon has said, okay, we need to create a website for you. And I honestly, I'm still not crazy about the idea, but Brandon's saying that it's really important, and I'm trusting him to lead me there. You know, he also said it would be a good way for me to, like, let's say I come across a blog post that I read and it's really inspiring, or, you know, I pick up a book and I find that it's really inspiring. Like, if I had a way to put that together and send an email to you guys to be like, hey, you know, these are the 5 books I came across this month. This is why I love them. And then just like packaging it nicely and then making that accessible for you guys. Like, that's the next step that he wants me to take. So that is a really long explanation for me to say Brandon is working on creating a website for me. And right now, all we have is a landing page. It's very simple. Let me show you what it looks like. So if you go to my landing page, it's very simple. This is all it looks like. It's powered by MailChimp, and all it says is, Jen Rogers, sign up for updates from me. And you just have to enter in your email and your first name, and then you'll be added to a list that I will have access to. And I'm a little iffy in sharing this right now because I don't have like this plan laid out. But ideally, I'm thinking, and Brandon's thinking, that maybe I can put together some sort of an email, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, or maybe even once a month, where I just kind of compile some of the things that I want to share with you in addition to what I share on my channel. So if this sounds appealing to you in any way, and if you are interested in signing up to hear more updates from me, I will leave a link down below that will take you to my landing page. And going back to the connections thing I was talking about earlier, one of the friendships that I've developed through my channel is with Scarlett. And Scarlett is the metalsmith jeweler behind the brand Nephiliad, and she's the one that designed these rings that I wear all the time. This is my initial ring. So a few months ago when Scarlett and I started talking, I told her like I would love to collaborate with her on a giveaway, and I knew that the giveaway that I did with her had to be really, really special. And so I asked her, like, can we do something special for Morning Chats to celebrate 1 year of Morning Chats? I will be selecting 2 of you guys to win a pair of these earrings. I have them in 18K gold, but the ones we're giving away, you're gonna have a choice of either a silver pair or a gold-filled pair. And the size that I have, they're the medium bar. She has 3 different lengths. So this is the medium, and the other choice is this ring. I love this ring. It's a twisted silver initial ring, and right here, if you can, I hope you can see, Scarlett engraved JR. So if you are one of the giveaway winners, you'll have a choice between the earrings and the ring, and for the ring you can choose 1 letter to be engraved. So the reason I bring up the Nephiliad jewelry giveaway along with signing up for my newsletter is I will be selecting randomly 2 people from the list of emails that I will get from those of you guys that sign up for my newsletter. And that is just a way of me saying thank you for wanting to just hear more updates from me. So to be eligible, make sure you go down to the link below and just write in your first name, sign up for my newsletter, and I will keep this giveaway open until next Thursday, December 15th. So Scarlett was kind enough to provide me with a coupon code for me to share with all of you, so you can save 20% off her pieces if you shop at her site. But she's actually going away on an extended holiday, and she won't be able to fulfill orders until early February. So I'm actually gonna hold off sharing that coupon code with you now. When the time comes, I'll definitely let you guys know so you can shop her beautiful pieces for 20% off. Scarlett, I know I've said this to you over text message earlier, but thank you so much for seriously like loving on my viewers like this. I know that you're busy, especially we're around the holidays, and I know you have a ton of orders to fulfill, but you guys, like, she's so awesome. She is so happy to do this with me, and she's totally sponsoring this giveaway. Like, I'm not making any money by talking about her or anything, but yeah, she's going to be gifting 2 of you guys like 2 of my favorite pieces that these I bought, but she made me this, and they're so special to me. So Scarlett, thank you. Oh my gosh, I was just reminded of this stupid nail. I'm in this mood right now to go out to Gangnam and go to the thrift store and just walk around by myself for 2 hours. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna go with it. I do have a shortage of sweaters. I don't have enough. Actually, I think I might have just 1 or 2 like warm sweaters for winter. So maybe I can go with that goal in mind. And even if I don't buy anything, that's totally fine. I think my body just wants to, I'm craving going outside and just moving around. I think I have just enough time that I can browse for 2 hours, and then that's when Brandon will get off work, and then we can just come home together, because yeah, the thrift shop is not too far from where he works. So on that note, I want to close out by saying thank you guys for being here with me for this long. And I'm so excited to see where we're going to be a year from now, December 8th, 2017. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye!